now calling to order the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District meeting of September the 28th. Started this meeting at 4:05. Call to order. If all that are in attendance can and will, please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Can you please call roll?
Chairman Brian Griffith,
Here.
Vice Chairman Ben Taylor,
Here.
Treasurer Louis Artell,
Here.
Commissioner Mark Bisecker,
Here.
and Commissioner Arlen Griffey.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. So all are in attendance. So for this evening's agenda, there are two modifications requested, two additions, the modifications being two additions. I'm going to just give a preliminary title to them and we'll take them up in session. That would include in new business 9.3, which is actually would be the motion to authorize the general manager to file a claim as requested by the city of Diamond Head against the general liability insurance carrier of JA Excavation. We'll let that go as the title for the moment. We'll get further in that conversation. That relates to the claim for Makiki that we have been in pursuit of. So the second one would be 9.4 this evening, which again, short title, would be a motion to authorize hold harmless agreement with Crawfish Max LLC. That will be further explained to cross a portion of our property, give access across a portion of our property for them to access the back area. And we'll let the general manager and the attorney go into more depth on both of those. With those two requested additions, can I get approval of the agenda?
I'll move.
I have approval by Commissioner Taylor. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ertel seconds. All in favor of approval of this action, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. And that is accordingly the agenda will operate under. Number 3, public comments. Anybody here for public comment this evening? All right. Moving on to the general manager's report. I'm sorry, let me hit minutes of the last meeting. Motion to approve the minutes for our past meeting, the regular meeting held on September the 14th, 2023, as in our packet. Can I get approval of that motion? I have Commissioner Bisecker motioning to approve.
Second.
And Commissioner Griffey seconding. So all in favor of approval of the action, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried unanimously. Thank you. General Manager's report.
Yes, sir. We'll start with the elevated water tank project. Punch list item is ongoing. Painters are scheduled for Friday to touch up some areas inside and outside near the basin door. Electrical contractor scheduled for Tuesday of next week to work on some of the lighting issues. The water system improvement project phase 2, CB Developers is currently done with the punch list. We may need to discuss the trace wire issue on Bayou Drive at the corner of Bayou Circle and Bayou Drive. Final inspection will be scheduled shortly for that project. Water system improvement project phase 3. Project is currently at approximately 96% complete. DNA Underground has requested substantial completion as of 9/15/23 and is still working to install sod and make incidental repairs in the medians and yards. The project is expected to be 100% complete within the next 2 to 3 weeks. The sewer improvements project basins 13, 16, and 17. Suncoast Infrastructure is currently relining some sewer pipe and has completed 8,900 linear feet to date. The lateral lining contractor has mobilized as of 9/13 and has completed 16 services to date. The crews will also be installing sod within the next 2 weeks to close out the underground portion of that project. The project is about 68% complete. We had no abandonment easement request this meeting. The drainage ditch at Colo Court is still holding its own. Thankfully, we've not had any torrential downpours lately. The Makiki drainage project, after speaking with legal counsel, I would recommend to the board that we filed a claim with the previous contractor's insurance who caused the necessary emergency repairs at that site. And this would not necessarily release the city of Diamond Head from their responsibilities, which we'll talk about when we get to that motion tonight. The MDOT roundabout project, we're opening bids tonight for the relocation of existing utilities as required by MDOT. Some of the highlights are from the maintenance department this last couple of weeks. They installed 4 sewer cleanouts, 17 sewer cleanouts were set in castings, 6 water service repairs, 2 water service connections, and sewer connections, 2 after-hours calls for water service repairs. I'd like to mention also that I have officially notified and talked with the city manager and notified all these contractors in town with the cable companies that we will no longer allow directional boring or pneumatic boring operations within our certificated area on Fridays due to the amount of damages that have occurred during a Friday. The city manager and I agree that we should stop those operations. I plan on developing an ordinance for that for you guys in later, maybe the next meeting or the following meeting, which will be, of course, approved by council. Mr. Eric Nolan was sworn in by Chancellor Clerk and will begin his term as commissioner on September 29th, tomorrow. His first regular meeting for participation will be on October the 12th. And for this next portion of my report, I'd like to approach the Pope. So as we know, this is Mr. Taylor's last meeting, and holding with district tradition, we would like to say farewell to him, and I'd like to say some things that I think need to be said. Mr. Taylor was first appointed to the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District Board of Commissioners on January the 2nd, 2018, to fill a vacated Ward 1 seat which expired on September 28th, 2018. He was reappointed for the Ward 1 seat for a full 5-year term from September 29th, 18 to September 28th, 2023. The Board of Commissioners voted unanimously to elect Mr. Taylor as Secretary and Treasurer on October 24th in 2019, where he served until October 1, 2022, when he was elected to serve as Vice Chairman until today, September 28th. It would probably be next to impossible, or most definitely require a much longer speech for me to put into words all the great things Mr. Taylor has contributed to the district and how he has helped me grow as a general manager. Therefore, I will attempt to point out some highlights of his service to the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District. Mr. Taylor has worked diligently with several internal teams comprised of commissioners as well as staff and has made many sacrifices of time and effort to help improve the operations of the district. He has always made a positive impact in all areas and has been a major supporter of district management and the staff. The improvements which he has been an integral part of implementing will be forever standing and helpful to the district and its operations. Some of the teams he's worked on were the annual budget review team, the annual rate study team, which we know is very complex, the referendum opposition team, which we know was taking 10 years off of our lives during that process, the capital improvements review planning, and others. It has been a true honor to work for and alongside Mr. Benjamin Taylor, from whom I have learned many things which I will always remember and utilize in my management techniques of this district. Hopefully, Mr. Taylor will continue to support the district and offer his assistance in an ex officio capacity. From the staff and myself, we would like to thank you for all your support and sacrifices and all that you've done for this district. We wish you the best in your future endeavors. And with keeping with tradition, we have a plaque for both of your terms. We thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. 6 years, it seems like a long time, but in the grand scheme, it really has flown by. When I was appointed to this board originally to fill the unexpired term of Mr. Nolan, I was under 40 years old, and I had no gray hair, and my knees felt a little bit better, but you know, a lot changes in that amount of time. I've had a great time working with every one of you guys. I've learned a lot. I knew absolutely nothing about water and sewer when I was appointed to this board, but I did come from a human resources and management of government agencies background, so I'm glad I was able to bring that to the table. Very few things in life are black and white. I've learned in my short years. But I think one thing that is the delivery of clean drinking water and the collection of sanitary sewer and the 180, I believe, miles of pipes that we have here that are assisted by 2 water towers and 35 lift stations and an 8 million gallon per day wastewater treatment facility. And sometimes I know politics seems to rear its ugly head in everything in life. But fortunately, it's been an honor to lead the fight in this district to make sure that the things that are black and white and the things that have to be done are done. I spent majority of my adult life as a public servant, and I understand that oftentimes the employees of government and public agencies are the ones that are sacrificed, when politics get in the way. And I've made it my fight from the day I was appointed to this board to make sure that the men and the women that work for this district were appropriately compensated in both salaries and in benefits. And I will say that the board that's currently sitting here right now has been the easiest board to work with when it comes to taking care of the employees of this district. And I'm proud of where we are. I'm proud of the things that we've accomplished since we've been here. And I wish you all the best in the future, and I thank you for indulging me and being friends to me. So thank you.
Well, rather than go through 2 rounds separable from that, nicely done, Dave, with respect to the award. I'll just speak on behalf as chairman of the board. Yes, I've known Ben all of his adult life and part of his non-adult life. He was in my living room with my kids growing up. I
was about 10. People were trying to figure out how old he
yeah,
is.
just about 10 to start with. But coming full circle to where we are today, it's been a pleasure to. It's a little odd to see the child. It's at 10 and in the pool and clowning around with his friends and dunking too many of my wife's cell phones, or not cell back then, but battery phones in the pool, replacing too many of them. To now grow up and sit professionally side by side and work on the district's matters, and it's just kind of a testimony to life. Live it. It's a kick the whole way. But all the words stated by the general manager can, I'm certain, be echoed by all of the commissioners that have served with you, Ben. It's hate to see go, but these are not lifelong positions. I know it's not going to be lifelong for any of us, I hope. And there's a difference between public service, which I too spent all my life in public service to speak of, and coming back around and doing virtually volunteer public service. And that's really kind of the remarkable thing about a commission like this. You are not here for the grand dollars. You are here for absolutely bringing our professional capacity, common sense, the least common of all senses these days, and all we can to bear on making sure that, as you stated, drinking water and wastewater is an invisible, very little thought of utility in the grand scheme of life, other than the monthly bill to most households. And yet, I like to point out, it is singularly the greatest lift in longevity in our lifetimes of consequent improvement in health and security, frankly, of communities in the nation. So thank you for 6 years. That's pretty remarkable. Thank you for 6 years of that volunteer public service, and I too wish you nothing but the best, and I know the commission wishes you nothing but the best. And we say this as people go out, and do you see back out in the audience and on the public comment list when it comes time.
Hope there's a seat out there for me when I come.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll reserve one with your name on it. Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
Appreciate you.
All right. So let me not, since that was a change to the end, let me come back around, make sure that we don't discount any questions or comments the board might have to the general manager's report. Commissioner Patel?
fine.
Commissioner Taylor?
No, sir.
Commissioners?
No comment.
I have but one, and it's just, it comes back around, and it's just a comment. So, you know, someone would actually have to watch as closely as I am able to, because it's right in front of my door, okay, each day. This unearthing of the ground, the asphalt, the median, sometimes the trees have to go, a lot of things going on, but when you have to come back around and you have to finish the job, watching the sod work go on is actually remarkable. We've done an amazing job. I know there's been some clunky aspects of that. I have to honestly say, in reflection, because it's right there in front of my door and my own fight in the lawn. It's a doggone good thing we couldn't get product when it was 106 degrees out there. We would have lost that product. I have no doubt about it. But to the credit of DNA, and I don't know if that's you or Joe or Tony's out there whipsawing, but they rodeo in the mornings and they rodeo in the evenings and water that stuff, and they're chirpy about it. I haven't quite figured out the chirpy part, that they're chirpy about it while they're doing it as well. The only reason I bring it up is it's obviously a very visual area, and I'm not sure that will necessarily be always the case. So when we're on the back roads and what have you, I suspect we'll do the very same level of commitment to details, because they truly are and have been committed to details. It's a sight to see if you haven't seen it. You need to drive by there and see it. And then imagine when I go home tonight, it's going to be wet again. If you haven't seen this trailer truck spray water, it's a sight too. And it is filled over and over and over again while we continue to pray for the rain that you're so happy that we haven't had any deluges from. So this one, just pass that on. From all evidence, they're doing a great job.
Thank you, we will.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, let's move into the business. Not that that isn't, certainly, but let's move into the business component and get down to item 6, construction engineering projects. 6.1, we'll start with respectively sewer improvements phase 1 and 2, basins 13, 16, and 17. 6.1A specifically requesting a motion to approve Suncoast Infrastructure Pay App number 15 in the amount of $152,910 for the time period of July 1st, 2023 through August 31st, 2023, leaving a remaining balance $2,236,833.21 on this contract. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Commissioner Taylor motions to approve. Can I get a second? Commissioner Bisecker seconds. All in favor of approval of this action, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried unanimously. Thank you. There'll be nothing on 6.2 tonight. 6.3, water system rehab phase 2 project. 6.3A, seeking a motion to approve digital engineering invoice 728-13-13-26 in the amount of $2,000 for time period July 30, 2023 through August 26, 2023, leaving a remaining balance of $14,730 on this contract. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ertel. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried unanimously. Thank you. There'll be nothing on 6.4 tonight. That'll lead us over to 6.5, which is the MDOT Roundabout Utility Relocation Project, 6.5A respectively, seeking a motion to acknowledge receipt of project bids and to authorize the opening of all bids by Digital Engineering. Digital is present this evening to open the MDOT Roundabout Utility Relocation Construction bids. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Tell motions to approve. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Taylor seconds. All in favor of approval of this action, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Again, carried unanimously. Thank you. And that'll lead us over to the opening of the bids.
Okay. Is that on the screen behind me?
It is.
Awesome. Awesome sauce.
Figure out which one's better.
You would scooch on?
Good.
Okay. We received 2 electronic bids and 3 paper bids, and I'll start with electronic bids. The first bid is from LJ Construction. Their certificate of responsibility number is 12105 MC. Again, it's 12105-MC.
Who was that again, please?
LJ Construction.
12105.
The base bid is $100,000 and $100,086.09. Again, $100,086.09. The second electronic bid is from bottom to top construction. Certificate of responsibility is 23104-MC. Again, 23104-MC.
Is that N or M?
M is a Mary.
Got it. Thank you.
It's bottom to top.
Okay, it's $136,416.73. $136,416.73. Okay, I'm gonna be opening the first paper bid, and that's from DNA Underground. The certificate of responsibility is 20907MC. Again, 20907-MC. The bid is $115,595. Again, $115,595. next bid is from Moran Hauling Incorporated. Their certificate of responsibility is 09083 MC. Again, 09083 MC. The base bid is $129,034.50. Again, $129,034.50. And last bid here does not have contractor's name or the certificate of responsibility on it, so I can't open this one by law. So that's the conclusion of the bids.
All right. So obviously, these bids have to be, the bid package has to be fully reviewed for compliance and completeness. So in 6.5B, I'm seeking a motion to take all these bids under advisement and to authorize digital engineering to review all of them and report back to the board with their recommendation. Can I get a motion?
Second.
Commissioner Tell, and seconded by Commissioner Griffey. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried unanimously. And thank you to Seymour for being here this evening and running the bid opening process. Huh? I'm sorry? Digital, I'm sorry. I got Seymour on the brain. Yeah, that would be quite something, wouldn't it? Yeah, not good. 6.5C, motion to approve digital engineering invoice number 728-1310-022-06 in the amount of $10,000 for the time period of July 30, 2023 through August 26, 2023, leaving a remaining balance of $808,886.80 on this contract. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Ertel motions to approve. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Taylor seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried unanimously. Thank you. Leads us to 6.6, which is miscellaneous construction engineering projects, 6A, 6A respectively. Seeking a motion to approve digital engineering invoice 23R00024.001-04 in the amount of $160 for Moana Kia Townhomes Plan Review. Invoice number 23R00024.009-02 in the amount of $1,113.75 for grant application assistance, and invoice number 23R00024.007-04 in the amount of $2,340 for the GIS integration project, all for the time period of July 30, 2023 through August 26, 2023. Can I get a motion to approve? Commissioner Bisecker motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ertel seconds. All in favor of approve this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried unanimously. Thank you. And leads us over to the financials in section 7. First, 7.1A is a motion, seeking a motion to approve payment of the docket of claims in the total amount of $40,018.27 as attached here too. Can I get a motion to approve? Commissioner Bisecker motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Taylor seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Carried unanimously, thank you. 7.1.b, motion to acknowledge payment of the unapproved docket of claims as detailed in Section 6, which we just went through, in the total amount of $168,523.75 as attached here too. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ertel seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
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 Carried unanimously. Thank you. 7.1.c, seeking a motion to approve payment of the customer deposit refund register in total amount of $5,223.48 as attached here too. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Commissioner Taylor motions to approve. Can I get a second? Commissioner Bisecker seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Carried unanimously. Thank you. 7.1.d, motion to approve the Wright, Ward, Hatton, and Gould audit engagement letter for the years FY 22-23 annual audit at a not to exceed rate of $14,000 and to authorize the chairman to execute the same. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Ertel motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And it carried unanimously, obviously. Old business, we have 8.1, which is seeking a motion to spread upon the minutes the executed Pro Computers contract that was approved by the board in the last meeting on September 14, 2023. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Commissioner Taylor motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ertel seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
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 Carried unanimously. Thank you. Leads us to new business. 9.1, motion, seeking a motion to discuss and/or approve Alfonso Property Management request for credit in the amount of $195.42, which falls outside of the board league forgiveness policy D 2023-004. Can I get a motion to go into discussion and potential approval?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Taylor. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. So that puts us into the discussion component. I'll hold the final action for approval if it comes to that. So please proceed.
So Tony explained the details. This Alfonso obviously owns several rental properties throughout Diamond Head, and one of these came into question, so she can explain that to you.
We have a customer who has requested forgiveness, leak forgiveness. A toilet was left running. They have it repaired. They've proved that it's been repaired. The policy, D004, is specific to the utilization of a 12-month average. This location at this service address has only been there 2 months. As you can tell with the attachments, there obviously was a major leak. We do have, like I said, proof that it was repaired, but because it falls outside of the normal district board approved policy, we could not go ahead and approve that and are bringing it before the board. The customer has requested us to bring it before the board for your consideration.
So if I may, with council involved as well. So when we take these on, obviously the reason that, well, they've made the request and we have to approve or deny it. But it's also best to have staff recommendation to go along with that. The reason I say that is these are always gray areas to move outside established policy ordinance, but that's why they're gray. And the question is, when we move into an action like this, do we simply largely put ourselves into abandoning D004 and then reframing it, or is this one gray enough or unique enough that it's not going to do that? My point is, what is your recommendation? Should we approve it, in your estimation?
I can say that the last customer that this was brought before the board
Mhm.
was in fact a rental property or a property that's being utilized for income,
Right?
and the board did deny that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very similar to, it was a customer that was, has not quite reached the 12-month limitation of the policy. So, as far as a recommendation, I mean, that's completely up to the board. Now, this is a customer that has multiple properties, so they are a long-time customer. We just do not have the ability to provide a 12-month average for this particular location. They've only been here 2 months.
So let me ask this question. And it's just a question, and please have the rest of the board listen to this. Is this a new home, brand new home, or is this a new renter?
This is a new rental property for Alfonso.
I mean, they acquired it, and it's now in their inventory.
Correct.
But we have history with the property, number of house and bedrooms, and
Just in a different name.
in a different name.
Mm-hmm.
My recommendation in that particular case, if it was new and somebody had left them with a poor contractor service on install, my recommendation would be to consider taking the past 12-month active history of the same location and give them that credit. And I see the attorney grimacing when we don't have 12 months active history with the requester.
There are a few things that make this one, I think, unique. First, you do not have 12-month history.
Mhm.
Two, the policy, as I read it, was intended for you homeowner, you homeowner, you homeowner, and
Correct.
And it is for, and it's a good policy. It is forgiveness when there is an occurrence that is outside the norm. I don't know how many parcels that Alfonso Realty owns, but this is so you're only they're asking for forgiveness they're the one making the request, not the tenant. So this is a private business, it's a for-profit. I think that's a big discernible difference there.
What would be your recommendation?
You know mine, it's gonna take, I don't believe in forgiving any of it because, well,
I just wanted to get that on the record.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have a lot better than this one for me to say, yeah, y'all should forgive it. But, I mean, it is a dangerous slope. So what's the next one? Are they gonna have a house two doors down? And, you know, I think you should adhere to the policy strictly when you're dealing with rental properties. But y'all gotta make the decision. You can go either way.
So, board,
Mhm.
that was actually a very good discussion, and I'm glad we engaged the attorney. Probably swayed my feelings, not quite to Attila the Hun level, but but nonetheless, recognizing that we did deny the last non-residential request for the same, I think precedent would have us deny this one.
Kind of muddy the waters for you a little
Sure.
bit. So, I mean, it's not clear, I think, from what Tony said, whether or not, I know it's newly acquired by Alfonso, but it's not clear whether or not it's actually tenant occupied at this time. I know for some rental companies, say for instance, you're a rental company, or you have an investment property and you operate your investment property under the name of, I don't know, Brian LLC, and I have a rental property and I just have it in my name, Ben Taylor's just an extra home that I own. Presented in the same way, it looks as if you're some kind of larger, maybe for-profit entity that doesn't deserve forgiveness, and I'm just an average Joe, and this is my house, and maybe I do. And, I guess it really depends on the rental agreement, whether or not, in your rental agreement, you may cover water under rental agreement, and in mine, I may make the tenant responsible for it, or vice versa. You really don't have a way of knowing, and I think you can end up in a position where you have two very similar situations
That are dissimilar?
that are dissimilar.
Okay, we'll carry that conversation to the next level. What would you recommend?
Whereas a precedent has been set on the last one, I would say that we probably have to go in the same direction.
And deny it. Isn't that what I said?
I just wanted to muddy the water.
Okay. Just-
One last shot.
I'm
Man
in-
had something to say.
Yeah.
I'm in law school. I mean,
Yeah, okay. Commissioner Ertel?
Deny.
Deny. Commissioners?
Denied.
Well, if we're in Rome, it's hit. It's out of here. Denied. Thank you. That was, so what class is tonight?
Quite to that one yet, but.
All right, so to get it officially on the, on the rolls, post-discussion, I'm seeking a motion to deny the request. And I won't go on to read the rest of the title line. But if I'm in here, all of the board, someone, so. We opened this action, but it was not an action with an action in the statement. I was not seeking a motion to approve and either approve or reject, right? So what would you have us do, attorney?
So the first motion was a motion to discuss.
Correct.
So the second motion will be, you've got two options. You can either do a motion to deny the request for forgiveness, which is the easiest way to do it, or you can do a motion to approve as written, and then vote it down.
Well, I
Well,
think,
it says motion to discuss and or approve, so you did discuss that first time, so I would do a motion and a second to deny. That was-
I motion that we deny this claim from Alfonso Realty Property Management Group.
I have a motion by Commissioner Griffey to deny. Can I get a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Ertel. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And that carries unanimously. Is it the type of action that requires a roll call, or are you good with that? Okay, cool. All right, 9.2, seeking a motion to acknowledge City of Diamond Head Resolution 2023-033, dated September 5th, 2023, thereby appointing Eric Nolan to the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District Board of Commission for a 5-year term effective September 29th, 2023 through September 28th, 2028. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Commissioner Taylor motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ertel seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
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 And motion is carried unanimously. I hope they told you about the hazing part and all that. Okay, cool. All right, so that takes us over to, and welcome, by the way. That carries us to the two additions to new business, starting with 9.3. This is rather lengthy, but I'll read it as presented. Request a motion to authorize the general manager to file a claim as requested by the City of Diamond Head against the general liability insurance carrier of J&A Excavation, contractor for the city's Makiki Drive drainage project, in the amount of $9,343 for the damages incurred as a result of emergency repairs required at Makiki Drive on January 3rd, 2023, contingent upon the support and assistance where required by the city in the filing of the claim, and 2, that the district does not waive any right to pursue recovery of any remaining amounts owed to the district from the city after filing said claim. Seeking a motion to approve.
So moved.
Commissioner Ertel motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Taylor seconds that motion. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. That leads us to the last addition, which is 9.4, which I may require a little assistance, but I'm going to read it as presented. Seeking a motion to authorize or approve a hold harmless agreement with Crawfish Max LLC for the access to property and well number 2 site located on, what is that drive? Airport Drive, I'm sorry. Diamond Head. Approval is contingent upon legal counsel review and approval and or modification as required. Seeking a motion to approve.
I'll move.
Motion to approve by Commissioner
Second.
Taylor, and seconded by Commissioner Griffey. I'm going to assume this one could be enhanced with a little discussion, so all in favor of approval of this action with discussion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so could we get a little enhancement here, General
Yes, sir.
Manager?
Crawfish Max LLC is planning to set up a stand, so to speak, in that area of the boat storage lots on the south side. So we own the corner where the well used to sit. They're gonna need to access a corner, or a section of our property across through there. And customers will come in, pick up their crawfish and pull back out. So all this is a legal formality holding us, you know, not responsible for anything that may occur on that corner of our property.
Drunken crawfish revelers. Okay.
Possibly.
That did it for me. Anybody else need any additions? All right, now turn back around and close the discussion, and none of that discussion, I assume, changed your position, Commissioner Taylor,
No, sir.
nor yours, Commissioner Griffey.
No, sir.
All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And motion carries unanimously. Seeking a motion to adjourn. And before I do that, let me read out for the purpose of the record. Seeking a motion to adjourn in understanding that the next meeting of the Board of Commissioners is scheduled for October 12th, 2023 at 4 p.m. at the Diamond Head City Hall Council Chambers, 5000 Diamond Head Circle, Diamond Head, Mississippi. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Commissioner Taylor motions to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Bisecker seconds. All in favor of approval, please signify by